Hello everyone, I'm here today with another process video for my traveler's notebook that's about the books I read, and the series is called Read and Review. Today I am going to do a one-page layout featuring this book. It's called Panorama City, and sadly this is another one that I did not finish. I had a couple of these in the past couple of months, so this was the last one I did. This is the new one. I've already picked out the background paper because I like the orange pattern that goes with this here. So I know I'll be using this as my background. This is from an old Kelly Purkey kit that I had, and her stuff that she would make for travelers notebooks is actually a little bit too big. It's slightly bigger than the standard size. So I'm going to have to trim this down a little bit to make it more true to the 4x8 size. So I will do that, and then I'll go from there. Okay, so I've cut down the paper, but I also forgot that in this particular traveler's notebook, the corners are rounded. And I don't normally round mine, but I think I'm going to this time just to try it and see what I think of it. So I will do just these two here so that it fits in there. And I do have a corner rounding tool. This is one from Creative Memories that I've had forever. I mean, at least 10 years. It's probably closer to 15. And it still works like a charm, so I'm not going to buy a new one when this one works just fine. Here's something I want to mention very quickly. When I have pieces of paper that are made for traveler's notebooks but are a little too big and I have to trim off like I did here, I actually save these, and I have a special bag that I keep that's just for traveler's notebooks because these are kind of nice for borders if I want to just add a little something. So normally I probably wouldn't keep this, but if I can put it right in my traveler's notebook specific stuff, I will. So I'm going to keep those. And then I also wanted to just show, after I adhered this, the corner size of the corner rounder I have and the edge of this are, not a perfect match, but it's close enough. This book, if you can't tell, is not fancy. It's not so much about making it pretty and having everything look great. It's more about just keeping track of what I've read and what I thought about it. So that's what I'm going with here. So because I have the photo on the upper half on this side, just for sake of variety, I'm going to put it towards the bottom on this side. When I'm thinking about doing my journaling here, I think I am going to write directly onto the orange paper, and I think I'm actually going to do the journaling first because that will allow me a look at what space do I have left? What can I still work with around these edges and here? So I think I'm going to do it backwards from what I normally do. Journal first and then embellish the rest. So I have done my journaling and I traced it out beforehand to make sure I could get it to fit where I wanted it. So it all fit right here, which leaves me this whole space to add some other things. And I have an idea, sort of what I want to do. I know I want to use this stamp set. This is an older one from Kelly Purkey. It's called Hot Mess. It's from 2015. You could maybe find it on eBay, but at this point, she's not selling it in her shop anymore. But I love it because it's all phrases about stuff that didn't go right. And that's appropriate for this. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to use the one that says meh, or the struggle is real, or hot mess, or even this one. I'm not sure, but I know I want to use these. So I have that. The other thing is that when I was off camera, I went into my little bag. I have these that are all regular type labels, but then I also have another bag that's all labels that have words already on them or that say date or place or whatever. And then I have a bunch of these tabs. And I really struggle to use these. If you follow this channel, you are not seeing a lot of these appear. So I have them and I'm trying to use them. And I realized I could maybe put it right here and it kind of matches that yellow. So I have to just see if I can pry the photo up a little bit, just enough to fit this under there. And then I also need to find a short phrase that I can stamp in the opening here. When I went back into my stash to look at stamps for what I could use here, I also pulled out this one. And if you can't tell, I like snarky phrases, and so this is another one. It's meant to be a birthday set, but it has other things you can do with it, and I want to use this stamp right here. So it's similar to this one over here that I like, but this is way too big. This, however, is the perfect size for that tab. I did my stamping on the tab. It came out great, which is awesome. And then when I was looking at this one, I noticed I didn't totally glue it down right there on the edge, which is perfect because then I can just slide that tab right in there without too much hassle. So I'm going to do that right now. There we go. And then I can just tuck it right under here. Maybe a little bit more towards the bottom. There we go. There. I love it. Yay! Now I just have to figure out which of these I want to use up here. Do I want to add any more embellishments, or will stamping be enough? I have decided to for sure use the stamp that says "The struggle is real," and I have it on the block ready to go here. And I think I'm just going to do it right up here towards the top in the middle. That still leaves me space where I could add a printed digital element maybe that I have, or a puffy sticker, or I don't know what, but I'm going to start with this and see how it goes. I've done the stamping up top, and I jostled my stamp just a little bit right as I pressed down, so it's slightly uneven here, but it's not enough to make me cover it up or to try to redo it or anything like that, so it's going to stay as it is. So now I just have to figure out what's going to go in this empty space. When I went back into my stash to find something that I could add to that layout, I remembered that I have these. They're the snarky stickers from Tim Holtz. These have been out for a long time. If you haven't seen these, but you like snarky sayings, you need to get these. They're awesome. There has to be something in here, maybe more than one thing, that I can use on there. So I'm just going to start flipping through all these phrases. You get a set in white and a set in black. So you get two of everything. I'm going to find something that works. I know it. So I have found two phrases in the Tim Holtz sticker book that I want to use. One of them is a little long, so I'm going to have to cut it. And that one says, "This is my cup of care. Oh, look, it's empty." Because the journaling says I couldn't invest in the main character, so I thought that was fitting. So I'm going to use that, but I'll have to cut it. And then I have this one that says, "I may be wrong, but I doubt it." And I think I'm going to put that right under "The struggle is real," because then you get the hint of, uh-oh, I didn't finish this book and I didn't particularly care for it. I have attached these snarky stickers, and I love them, but I have decided I need one more thing. I think I'm going to put a little red rhinestone right here to bring in the red that's in the title, because otherwise there's a lot of yellow and orange happening and no other red other than this. So I have these here that I keep at all times pretty much. So I'm just going to use one that's in here that's red and attach it with a glue dot. All right, I attached the rhinestone. There it is. So now you can see the full layout on that side. And I don't think I need to do anything else with this one. It's done. So thanks for watching.